In the spirit of continuing to bear witness to what ICE is doing to our neighbors, to folks all over the United States, I would like to share a couple of videos with you. They're all from the last few days, and then we're going to talk about them, and I'm going to try not to lose my shit while I do it. No, that's not true. I think anybody watching these, if you are just filled with rage, that's appropriate. That's appropriate. I would encourage you, if you are watching videos of what ICE is doing, and it is causing you to feel numb and disconnected and want to shut down, then maybe it's time to take a break for a little bit. If you're watching what ICE is doing, I would encourage you to lean into the ways that it activates your humanity, your compassion, your desire to work for justice. If it is just completely demoralizing, then maybe take a break. I get to a point where I can't scroll on Instagram because I just feel so overwhelmed. So I try to pick and choose. I will watch a few during the day from journalists and accounts that I really respect, and I will try to limit my consumption so that I'm having that balance of bearing witness, making sure that I'm informed, I'm sharing with people, but not feeling totally flooded by it to the point that I shut down. So please, whatever you need to do to strike that balance for yourself so that you're not checked out, but you're also not shut down, so that you are moved, you are motivated, you are prompted to take action. Find that dose of this kind of content. These are heavily armed men. We are hearing more and more of these guys are not actually ICE agents or Customs and Border Patrol. They are contract workers, basically mercenaries. There's been a lot of speculation. DHS has not confirmed that they are being paid per head, basically like a bounty, to abduct immigrants. Heavily armed men against unarmed mothers. They're punching them in the head, dragging them out of the car. She was just saying, I'm a mother, I'm a mother. I don't understand how these men can be so unbelievably detached from their humanity. I do understand the concept of the banality of evil. Intellectually, I understand it. I do think anybody who has not seen the movie Zone of Interest should go watch it. I would like to say that it helps me understand the concept of the banality of evil, but at the same time, I don't know how other human beings can do this day in and day out, and their consciences are not troubled. They don't think that this is wrong, as other human beings are pleading for their life, for their liberty, and they're like beating on mothers and zip tying kids. Yeah, if you've not watched The Zone of Interest, I definitely recommend it. It's really hard to watch, but I think it's informative, especially when we are looking at ICE. Okay, here's the next one.
I'm gonna go back to your dad. I'm gonna go back to your dad.
No le hagas caso. No le hagas caso.
I'm gonna get your mom and your dad.
Oye, no le hagas caso.
I'm gonna go back and get your dad and your mom.
No le hagas caso.
Why tell him
No le hagas caso.
just because you can't get him, why tell him to go get his mom and dad, bro? That's over.
Okay, so those are ICE agents. First of all, I see more and more men of color in these videos. What are y'all doing? I understand that they have run out of Proud Boys and Oath Keepers. I also understood it when it was white supremacists who were largely on the forefront of ICE operations, but more and more and more, we are seeing Hispanic, Asian, and Black men who are doing this work. How much are they paying, y'all? It's the same way, actually, I've seen a number of videos lately with women in them, women who are abducting other women, who are zip tying children. What are you ladies doing? Do you not understand what y'all are doing to immigrants now? This regime wants to do to you next. Nobody is safe, particularly anybody who is not a white man. In this video, you can hear them saying, open the door or I'm going to go get your mom and dad. If you don't come out here and surrender, I'm going to get your mom and dad. First of all, they can't enter that building. They don't have a warrant. If you have a business, lock that door. If they come into your business, have a closet or a back room with a sign on it that says employees only. And you can make sure that your employees or any immigrants who are patronizing your business are put safely behind that door. And these fucks can't go in there without a warrant signed by a judge, a judicial warrant, a judicial warrant. So they can't bust into that business. They know they can't. All they can do is taunt the immigrants inside and say, come out or I'm going to go get your mom and dad. I'm going to go abduct your mom and dad. The level of just like, again, I don't understand. I don't understand how people are doing this to each other. There is no amount of money you could pay me. And I think that's true for most of us. There's no amount of money you could pay us to do what these guys are doing. I do hope that they never sleep well. I think there are a quantity of them that are not troubled at all, but I think there are a quantity of them that probably are putting on a show here, and they are trying to rationalize to themselves that the paycheck is worth it. And that's why I think there is utility in speaking to these guys and being like, what the fuck is wrong with you? How can you look your children in the eye? How can you go home and talk to your abuela when you abduct somebody else's? How can you women brutalize other women in this way? How can you work with men who brutalize women, who abduct women? Does your conscience not trouble you at all? That money that you're spending is blood money. Does it not bother you? I think there is still utility in trying to speak to ICE agents. We can't dehumanize them. They are human beings. Just because they are trying to rationalize what they're doing, and just because some of them have been able to detach from their own humanity, it's our job to actually help them reconnect with it. I know it's much easier to call these guys names, to dehumanize them, to believe that they are pure evil, but it really is an effective tactic to remind them of their humanity and of ours, to remind them of the humanity of the people that they are victimizing, and to do whatever you can through your words and actions to help them reconnect with their humanity and get in touch with their conscience, because they do have one. And the more that we can prick it, the more that we can help them feel what they are doing, the more sleepless nights we can create for them where they are thinking about what we said and connecting it to what they're doing, the more likely these guys are to be non-compliant, the more likely these guys are to back off of more extreme actions. So please understand, it's not because we're being soft on them that we are trying to be like compassionate and like have them connect to their humanity. No, that's a strategic action on our part. Right? The goal is to undermine the dehumanization that they are doing to other people and to some extent to themselves, the way that they are trying to be robotic and to not feel what they're doing. Okay, I think we'll leave that there for now.